Dimaga received a beating in game number 1. That is for certain. We have him here at the ASUS RoG Qualifier, starting to the bottom left on the second map. The Relic Watcher is the map, and to the top right we have his opponent. With a 1-0 lead for Fnatic, NightEnd. And NightEnd really, I mean, the last game was something where Dimaga just was absolutely not ready for what was coming his way. The Oracle earlier with the Mothership Core together, just taking down those double queens, that was already harsh. But then the third base immediately being attacked by a warp-in pile that Dimaga never really saw coming. He tried to go for those really fast double upgrades on the Zerglings, and if those would have finished in time, I think he could have probably held that. But like, that was very, very dangerous. And we have actually a 10 pool. And I was talking just earlier about Dimaga's attempts to sometimes go into one of those really aggressive builds, and that's exactly what we see here. NightEnd, if he holds, then this suddenly could be a that could be the fastest series that we had today. And it's very interesting to me just because NightEnd is in a position where he plays on a map where Zerg is usually feeling very confident on. That means that he probably assumes that Dimaga is absolutely willing to go into a long macro game against him. But Dimaga goes into the over drones, and with the 12 drones that he has, he will get 12 Zerglings, will start to attack here. But the other thing that is going to happen as well is that he will most likely drone up after this and try to play an economy style. There's no reason for you to really do that if you don't plan on having a follow-up. So those 6 slings, maybe a little bit more than that, are gonna do some damage. And just looking at what we see right now, we have the scout coming up. And with this particular scenario, there should be at least the Forge dying and also the Pylon dying. It depends a little bit on how much Dimaga commits, but he also goes into 8 Zerglings. And here we have the one drone going to the bottom, a little bit of a delay here on the probe, and now he knows what's up. And he kind of has to try to hold this somehow, and that's all about the positioning. Ooh, actually, goes for the photogen as well and wants to go for the full wall apparently. He's very confident that he's able to make that happen, and he has the minerals already accumulated that he needs. Wanted to go into a quicker nexus, which is not happening right now. So he will probably get that wall up, but it's really interesting how important at this point this one probe really is for NightEnd. His entire build hinges on what this one probe sees, and he's going to be able to close this off. Easy peasy. So Dimaga is not really going to do any damage here. There's the pylon, just waits for it. Not a lot of damage done, but really delay on that expansion. That's something that NightEnd or Dimaga wanted to achieve, and that's something that he really got. So is able to make that happen, but rather than this, it didn't really do a lot. So a couple of cancels that had to be used here. The harvest account, if you just look at it, is in favor of NightEnd still. The Lings are once more trying to go in, or at least faking it off, trying to bait him out here a little bit. That did not really work out as he wanted, but yeah. At this point, just looking at what we currently have in the game, we have a bit of an awkward position. But all the timings that you usually have, they just went to hell. I mean, they are absolutely non-existent anymore. It's one of those things where you suddenly have to freestyle a lot more and rely on your experience as a player. And those two, of course, have like thousands of games played already. Gets in with a Ling and doesn't do anything with it. Could have tried to maybe sneak behind the mineral patches, I don't know, but yeah. That Ling was a little bit useless. Well, I guess... No, he didn't even double confirm the base. Like, the Overlord is still there. So, yeah, that Ling was useless. I was trying to maybe come up with a reason for its existence, but, yeah, no. So, to the left side of the map, we still have the hatch for Dimaga, and that's the third one that he has. Wants, of course, to start using those lava mechanics to get his harvest account up a little bit, because he's still trailing behind, and that's something where he's not going to be too happy, especially since now with the second nexus completed, the chrono boosting is going to be tough to, I don't want to say tough to beat, because eventually that's not going to be a problem for him, but it's just one of the things where NightEnd is feeling probably pretty good, like, yeah, you went early pool, I'm still okay. But Dimaga is not as far behind as he would have been if he would have started with a very early pool without the double drones that he built. So 10 pool with double drones still puts you at 12, and that leaves you in a decent spot to transition out of it. I mean, we could see that expansion coming up immediately, so that worked. Well, on the other hand, we have a +1 attack upgrade now after we see robotics facility, so we could definitely see an immortal push here. Immortal push is one of the things where you can really do a lot of damage, especially since we had that already a little bit earlier. Like, these immortal pushes are still so dangerous, even when you know what's coming. So that's gonna be... Well, I want to see if Dimaga is able to hold that. Dimaga for now, just with the extra gases that he takes, already has a double gas at the natural taken, and the drone's on the way. Oh, come, yeah, here we go. Alright, so let's see. We have for NightEnd still the +1 attack upgrade. Everybody hates those plates, don't they? And it is the Immortal and the Chrono Boost. Soul Train! It is parting time. Not quite partying and not as successful as he was in the times of the Soul Train power. But let's see how NightEnd is gonna do, or better, how Dimaga is gonna respond to that. Because that is a very dangerous attack if the Zerg player over drones, and Dimaga is very close to getting too many of those. He's already looking at 54, he's getting another 4. Dimaga could be in serious trouble here. He has, if I'm not mistaken, like no information. No, he knows nothing. He has absolutely no clue. And he droned up to 58, which is still okay, I guess. But he needs to be really careful. The Relic Watcher is the map where you are usually against a Protoss player Zerg. I mean, it's one of the 2-player maps where you're kind of happy against an Immortal push compared to other maps. It's like one of the better maps because you can just use the surface area. We've talked about this a couple of times already today. It's just one of the strengths that you go in and go for flanks. But at the same time, this Immortal push is coming at a really tough time, and it's all about how many units can you really get into the game, and where are the units of NightEnd when this happens. How many force fields can he get down? NightEnd needs another pylon. He gets 2, he has the Warp Prison there, and if he gets into a good spot where force fields are going to help him, then it's going to get really, really iffy. Speed is just finishing in time here, as you just could see, thanks to the game out overlay. But now we have roaches, 9 of them. We need more units for like NightEnd. You need a little bit more than that. You can't attack with that army. That's not an army. That's half an army, but that's not an army. You can hold a little bit, but that's about it. And yep, there we go. There comes the time warp. Great time warp, by the way. Really good time warp. And here come the reinforcements, and now we're talking. Here comes the time warp as well, and this is exactly, not the time of the warping, this is exactly what he needed. But still, looking at the army supply, it's still 65, 70 against 47. So, not quite sure. Let's have another quick look there. There we go. Trying to move in. Another few units over from that 3rd base. But still, NightEnd has a lot of army supply here, and every single warpin that he sends in is gonna hurt a little bit more. Both of them are about to finish the armor upgrade. Here comes another pylon, and another round of warpins should hit very, very soon. NightEnd already starting to transition out of this, by the way. He's not just gonna fully commit to this. He always has the potential to just simply recall back, and back at home, he's going for the end attack. He's going for the tech structures and going up that ramp again, trying with a force field. Decent force fields here. He wants to go for the 3rd, simply burst down the 3rd and then move out. That's what he should do here. He gets everything. Another round of force fields, really nice move. Of course, the pylons are being taken out, but this 3rd base is a goner. Nice move by Knight, and a really, really good one. 3rd base is gone, all the lava is gone, and now it's time for the Mothership Core to recall everything out there. Really good move. Dimaga, yes, has a big army now, but like he does not really have that 3rd base, and he needs it. He has another macro hatch, and that helps him with the production. So that's at least one constellation that he has there. But for now, we have for NightEnd 2 bases. We have no Colossi just yet. He's going for them. He's going for this the range, but it's not a whole lot that Dimaga can really do here. But keep in mind that NightEnd also doesn't have that 3rd base that he really would like. So overall, still NightEnd just getting the better positions here in this game. And let's see, how exactly are we gonna have Dimaga now deal with this? Attacking into this, suicidal. He's soft-containing. He wants to make sure that the 3rd base is not gone easily taken by NightEnd, while he himself takes a 3rd immediately, of course. That Warp Prism was trying to do a bit of damage, but we have all those links there, and they are just fast enough to deal with it immediately. Look at that concave that we have there on the minimap. Bam! Making sure that whatever moves down this ramp moves into a concave. Problematic is that this soon is going to be at least 2 Colossi with range upgrade, and then that 3rd base is going to be taken. Also, that army that we see for NightEnd is just going to get stronger and stronger and stronger, since the +2 attack upgrade is not far off. And if you look at the resources lost, NightEnd definitely has the lead. The tech that we have for Dimaga is actually not bad, but I'm really worried a little bit for him here. Has a 50 supply lead, but that army is going to be tough to beat once it's moving out. Question rather is, do you really get it into a position where you can, like walk down the ramp? Still checking. Well, and the question is answered. He moves down, and even though there is a choke point, even though there is that small bottleneck position, he just gets down, and now Dimaga has to move back. He doesn't even try. I mean, he could have tried, but like this third base is going to happen now. And the question rather being like, what does Dimaga do with all the time that he has? He gets Corruptors out, and this is also one of the maps that NightEnd lost earlier. There are 3 Colossi out, and he's starting to move out. He's going to face 6 Colossi, 6 Corruptors. It's still the Warp Prism here, trying to be annoying, warping Stalkers in. By the way, without Blink, which is gonna kill one of them, right? No, there is Blink. Okay, my bad. Sorry, I didn't see the upgrade on the tab earlier. So, here we go. The army for NightEnd is pretty big. 101 against 132. Third base not taken. He just goes for it. NightEnd is gonna YOLO this. He doesn't take a third because he realizes it is way too late for him. And Dimaga was not really quite sure if he would try to take it or not, but he knows now, and he knows that this is the only attack that the Protoss player has. This is it. This is all that he got. Hallucinations are in the mix. 3 of them trying to make this work. Can he do it? Here comes Dimaga from every single angle. He's moving in with the Zerglings. The Roaches are doing damage. Corruptors focusing down the Colossi. Sniping the hallucinated one first, but taking down the rest of them. Easy peasy. Dimaga is dropping in supply, and it doesn't really look good. NightEnd is moving forward. He has the +2 attack upgrade already. The +1 armor is finished as well. Reinforcement are not fast enough. And those Stalkers, they are blinking up the ramp. They take down the Spine Crawlers. Dimaga is looking shaken here. It doesn't really look like he can do anything against this. 2 hallucinations are being taken out. That third base already a goner, and NightEnd still in good position here. But Dimaga is still ahead in supply, and here come the reinforcements finally moving in. The force fields are just essential. There are not a lot of sentries left. He's really relying on the mobility of the Stalkers now, doing a good job at that with a blink every single time. This could still go both ways, but with a blink and all those upgrades, the advantage that NightEnd has is too big, because now the Corruptors also don't do anything. They are just completely useless, hovering in the air, and NightEnd with a 2-base play takes the game, advances to the next round of the loser bracket here, the ASUS RoG qualifier. Dimaga is out, and NightEnd, we will see if he is able to qualify for the main tournament in Finland in the end, jumping now into the next game.